Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Today in our first lecture, we will be dealing about the basics of plant physiology. It is a part of plant physiology and it comes under BSc, MSc, Life Science, CSIR NET Life Science as well as some other competitive exams. Today we will first discuss about the diffusion. But before knowing what is diffusion, we have to be familiar with some of the terms like what is solute, what is solvent and what is solution. One by one we will be dealing about that. So what do you mean by a solvent? Solvent means the water particles or the liquid particles which is present in a solution. Suppose in a beaker we want to prepare a solution. So for preparing a solution we need water as well as some other solid particles. The water is known as the solvent, water particle is known as the solvent and the solid which we take is known as the solute. Suppose in a beaker we want to prepare a solution, we have to take some of the liquid content and this liquid content is known as solvent. And when we pour some of the solid content like salt or sugar, it is known as solute. These are known as the solute. By mixing both solute and solvent, we will prepare a solution. So by these terms, we will be dealing now with about the diffusion. Now we will see what exactly is diffusion. Diffusion is a movement of a molecule that is solute from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration along concentration gradient by their own kinetic energy. That means it has its own energy for this movement to take place. By the help of a diagram, we will be dealing about this definition. Suppose here we have some of the content and here it is having higher solute content and here it is having low solute content. If the content of solute is more, then the solvent will be less in a solution. And if solute will be less, the solvent will be more in a solution. So what happens? The solute will be moved from the region of its higher concentration to its region of the lower concentration in case of a diffusion. And it does not require energy for this process to take place. It will move from the region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. So it can also be told as that, as see here, we are having the solute concentration high. That means it is having solvent concentration low. So in other words, it can also be told as that the movement will be from low solvent concentration to high solvent concentration or high solute concentration to low solute concentration. See, now we will be dealing about some other points of the diffusion, and it is a spontaneous and passive process. That means as it is going along the concentration gradient, it does not require energy, so it is a passive process. And the process of diffusion normally takes place in liquid and gaseous particles, and it does not take place in solid particles. It always take place, it is always take place in the living shells. Now there are some of the factors which is responsible for the diffusion process to take place. One by one we will be dealing that. The first one is our concentration difference, second is size of molecules, third is temperature, fourth is distance traveled. Now in the first point, that is the concentration difference. For the diffusion for taking place, it needs a difference in concentration. When the concentration is more, then the rate of diffusion will be high, and if the concentration is low, concentration difference is low between the two substances, the diffusion rate will be slow. In the same manner, when we will talk about the size of the molecules, when the size of the molecule will be heavy or the weight will be heavy, then the diffusion process will be slow as compared to the light molecules. Now, third point is our temperature. When we talk about the temperature, as we know, when the temperature is high, the energy always increases. it is also same in the diffusion process. When the temperature is high, the diffusion process will be more as compared to the lower temperature, because the lower temperature will have less energy, so the diffusion pressure is low. Now fourth point is our distance travel. If it is traveling for a greater distance, that means the movement of the solute and the solute from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration will be taken place by a more distance. Then also the diffusion will take place, but it will take place in a low amount. Now the next one is our osmosis. What exactly is osmosis? In case of diffusion, we saw that the movement of the solute was taking place from a region of higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. But in case of osmosis, the movement of water will take place across a membrane from an area of low solute concentration to an area of high solute concentration. That means indirectly it is telling that it will move from the region of high water content to the region of low water content, and it will also move in a passive transport. Osmosis is taking place through a semi-permeable membrane or a permeable membrane. In a semi-permeable membrane, it selectively allows the passage of solvent while restricting the movement of some of the solutes. And in case of a plasma membrane of a cell, they are selectively permeable and they are not semi-permeable. Why they are not semi-permeable? Because they allow the movement of solvent, water, as well as solutes. The selective permeability is due to the presence of the barrier of the lipid bilayer and the specific transport proteins. Osmosis also taking place in a passive way manner, because it does not require any energy for this movement of the water from the region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. Now we will see this process in the presentation of a diagram. Just a minute. See, here we are having a semi-permeable membrane. In case of a semi-permeable membrane, we have a barrier here. This is the semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. And this is cell A, this is cell B. In cell A, the solute concentration is low, and in cell B, the solute concentration is high. In the first part, I told that the solute concentration will be moving from the region of higher solute concentration to the region of lower solute concentration in case of diffusion. But in case of osmosis, it is opposite. It will move from low solute concentration to high solute concentration. The osmosis will be taking place in this way. It is from low solute concentration to high solute concentration, or from high water content to low water content. And this is also a passive process, because there is no energy required. Here the water content will be moved crossing the semi-permeable membrane. And this flow will be taken up to how much part? Until it is the concentration of both the cell is same. It will taken from water will be transferred from A to the cell B, and it will be taken until the concentration, the solute concentration will be same for both the case. In case of A and B, the solute concentration and the solvent concentration will be same. Now we will see another term, that is the osmotic pressure. What exactly is osmotic pressure? It is the energy, minimum energy, which is required for the stoppage of the osmosis to take place, because in the second diagram we saw that the concentration of both the cells A and B, the solute concentration as well as the solvent concentration is same. So there is no need of osmosis for taking place. For this it needs a little bit of energy for creating a pressure. That pressure is known as osmotic pressure. Now when we will see about the definition, it is a pressure required to completely stop the entry of water into an osmotically active solution across the semi-permeable membrane. It will stop the movement of water by crossing the semi-permeable membrane. Okay. Then the next term is our tonicity, which we will be dealing in our next video. Thank you.